We continue to hold on to 24,650 thereabouts, at least on the Nifty futures. What's the call going forward?
Yeah, so the bias remains bullish on the indices. The sector churns are very, very evident because in the last, I think, couple of days, for example, you've seen the bank Nifty taking a bit of a back seat. Many of the other sectors like energy, etc., they're taking a bit of a back seat. But then you have new sectors which are emerging to take the sort of a baton forward. Metals, I think, has done reasonably well. Commodities, as a sector, has done reasonably well. So I think now we are looking at a construct where maybe if the indices have to pull up higher for itself towards 25,000 mark, you'd probably require fresh participation from the previous underperforming sectors like metals, etc. But the market tone remains still on the bullish side. It was good to see that the put-call ratio did not rise up above 1.5, 1.6 yesterday, even after the kind of closing which we've seen. In fact, day before yesterday, we were almost at 1.6 on the PCR, and we fell down to, I think, sub 1.1, 1.2 levels for the put-call ratio. So that tells you that maybe the markets are not yet into an overbought territory. And thanks to the cash, I think we're still trading about the 24,500 mark, at least on the closing basis yesterday.
So Kunal, you're going to see some fireworks today. You have a Sensex expiry. So banking stocks again active today?
Looks like, but I would still believe that I think what we are seeing right now is more of a ranged action for the index. Even the option spread so far is not indicative of a major build-up in terms of either 25,000 as a call or maybe 24,500 as a put. We are seeing a very marginal kind of a build-up into a range. So this is like those routine expiries the markets have been going through in the previous month of July, where we were stuck into a 500-point band, 700-point band, 23,500 or as a broader support and 24,300 as a resistance. I think that range has just shifted up higher. We're now looking at 24,350 as a strong support for the Nifty, and then potentially 25,000 as a major resistance.
And stocks like HDFC, ICICI, Kotak, Axis, we saw some shorts getting added there in the Nifty Bank pack yesterday. How do you look at these stocks from a trading point of view? Because cash can change the entire arithmetic of your technicals as well.
Yeah, so three sessions. Our sessions are broken now into three parts. So one is what happens till 3:15, the other from 3:15 to 3:30, and then the third is what happens thanks to the GIFT Nifty. But I think Bank Nifty overall has been an underperforming sector in the last 1 month. And the 3 or 4 major heavyweight names, you look at HDFC Bank, still stuck at 740, 730 levels. Axis Bank has still not been able to any kind of find if it's mojo back. Kotak Bank has been stuck at 380, 390 band. So it's very difficult to try and anticipate that there could be any kind of a turnaround. Even the seasonality effect, when we look at the month of August, it's not as if that bank and the private sector banking stocks have given you a rara returns in terms of August month also. So maybe I think in that sense, it could be a month where the private sector banking stocks could continue to languish, underperform. But there are some slight positive signs which are emerging on the PSU banking names. I was looking at the charts for PNB, Bank of Baroda, even SBI. I think these stocks are showing that slight bit of recovery, much better price patterns and indicators than what they were showing in the month of July. So I would sense that if the Bank Nifty has to outperform, I would say 60% or a 70% weightage could probably be on how the PSU banking stocks perform this month.
And IT, are you seeing IT coming back now?
I strongly believe so. I think so. We've hit that strong positive patch for the IT stocks in the last, I think, 1 month. 16% or 17% up for the IT index from 26,000 levels to 31,000 on the Nifty IT index. We've taken a bit of a pause in the last couple of days, but I strongly sense that this is a pause to try and buy, the dips or maybe accumulate many of these IT names. The trend, what we've seen for these IT stocks, it was a blend of short covering. It started off, when these IT stocks start to show signs of the first 5-7% recovery. Then it was a blend of, option built up. There was good confidence on the put writing for the, individual IT stocks in the previous week. And then what started off was a gradual delivery-based buying into many of these IT names. You see the cash volumes slightly improving for these stocks. So when you see these three-phased up move, we generally believe that there is a potential trend in the making. Of course, the degree of uptrend will depend on what kind of surrounding news flow events surround the sector. But so far, it looks very positive for the IT stocks.
Okay. Other than PSU banks and IT, what about individual stocks, Kunal?
So I'll go with 2 buy calls. Policy Bazaar, PB Fintech is something which looks attractive. The stock is nearing a 200 moving average breakouts, closer to that 1650 levels, which is the 200 DMA for PB Fintech. So would look at a buy with a target of 1680, stop loss to be kept at 1580 levels. The second would be a buy on the metal pack. JSW Steel is what I've picked up at the current levels. It's very close towards a breakout of the previous multi-month highs, 1330 levels approximately. So would look at a target of almost 1380 for JSW Steel.